Hey, happy Wednesday. Um, Almost the weekend, halfway there. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about why a dark room makes a big difference for children's sleep. Well, for anybody's sleep, but we're focused on children. So I'm gonna explain why and why it's important to make sure your room for your child is pitch black and why this can make a difference to help improve your child's sleep. So a dark sleep space, it can actually transform the way your child sleeps, and that is because when they have a darker room, it's more calming, it's more relaxing. It's something that they can um, it's kind of like a recreation of the womb in a way, because when the baby's in the womb it's dark, it's loud, so recreating that sleep space is super important and a good way to prolong your child's sleep and to help them get a deep restorative sleep. um, you might have a baby who is maybe they're waking early in the morning, or they're waking early from their nap, and sometimes this can be from a dark room, or from not having a dark room, sorry. And just a little tiny bit of light shining in through the curtains can be enough to wake your child up. And why is this important? Why does light wake your baby up? And the answer to that is melatonin. So, melatonin is a hormone released by the body that works with the baby's circadian rhythm. And what it does, is when you put your baby to sleep, and it's dark, it's really dark, the melatonin will be produced and it'll build. And when there's no light in there, it continues to build. But if light starts to shine in, for example, early in the morning, if light starts to shine in through their room, it'll stop the production of the melatonin, and it'll kind of start going downwards after that instead of building more. Um, so that's why it's super important to make sure that the room is pitch black dark. And along with being pitch black, setting up a great sleep environment includes a couple things. So obviously, one is a dark room. Another thing would be white noise. White noise can also recreate the womb sound. White noise, for example, I use a fan in all my children's rooms. I used a fan, and this fan creates white noise, and it helps to, block out sound from outside the room, and it also helps to recreate a calming, soothing sound that they heard in the womb. So it's actually really calming for them. It's obviously same with a dark room. And another thing I want to add is a sleep sack, because until the age of 3 or 4, or sorry, 2 or 3, usually around 3, children don't know how to pull a blanket back on them if they kick it off. So they can wake from being too cold. Um, uh, I used to, my two daughters, they didn't use sleep sacks, and that they used to wake from that all the time. I'd have to go in and put the blanket back on them all the time. So that is a big thing. Sleep sacks for babies that are 4 months or older are super important. Before 4 months old, you can use a swaddle, but if your baby is rolling over on their own, then the swaddle should no longer be used, because it would be deemed dangerous. Because if they roll over and they don't have their arms free, they might get their face stuck in the bed and could suffocate themselves. So once they can start rolling over, you want to get rid of the swaddle and switch to a sleep sack. Sleep sacks are awesome for lots of things. Obviously, for having preventing them from being cold at night, but also children get to a certain age where they start climbing out of the crib, and sleep sacks actually prevent that from happening, because they can't get their legs stretched far enough apart to reach over the crib with a sleep sack. So they're really good for many things. Anyways, uh, I, another thing that's really important is that a lot of parents, a lot of parents ask me this, like, if the room is pitch black, isn't my baby going to be afraid of the dark? Aren't they going to be scared? And I have to always say to them, no. Until the age of 2 or 3, your baby actually cannot. their brain is not developed enough to know what fear is in that way. So no, they will not be afraid of the dark, but around 2 to 3 years of age, they can start developing, their brain is developing more and they're getting older, so they can start developing fears over things, including of the dark. So if this is the case for your 2 or 3 year old, you can always you can always get a dim, not very bright, but a dim nightlight, preferably red color. Red colors, those are really good for sleep because they don't hinder the sleep. What is it? The sleep process, I guess you want to say. But blue lights is not recommended, blue or white, because they can actually hinder sleep. Just like blue lights from your computer or your phone or something like that. It's kind of the same thing. So if you're going to go with a nightlight, make sure that it's a red color because that will be the most helpful. And I just wanted uh, to say that because a lot of parents are concerned about that. My baby's going to be afraid of the dark. No, they won't. They haven't, their brain isn't developed enough to know that kind of fear. So don't be worried about that until they get a little bit older. And I wouldn't even put a nightlight in if when they're 2 or 3 unless they show reason to. Skip the nightlight altogether if you can. So another thing I wanted to add, because I didn't know this, and I want to share it with other parents because it might help somebody else, is that you can buy on Amazon, you can buy blackout curtains that they cover the sides of the window, because a lot of curtains they just go in the front and they don't cover the sides. These ones wrap around the sides. You can buy those, which are super helpful for blocking out the light from the sides. But then you still have the top, right, that is letting light in. So my recommendation to that, and what I have done, is also on Amazon, you can go and you can get these. They're called blackout. What are they called? I can't remember the name of them, but what they do is you cut them out, and I recommend getting white, not black, because the light shining in can actually crack your window if it gets too hot. So you want to get white ones. White won't cause that to happen, but black could get very hot. But anyway, so you cut these things out, you measure your window, cut it to the measurement, and it actually will stick to your window, and it you can take it off and put it back on. It's reusable, and this blocks out all the light. And I've used that with Gunner because he was the type of baby that would wake quite easily if there was even just the tiniest bit of light in his room. It stopped the production of melatonin for him, and he woke continuously. So I did that, and it has been a savior, a saving grace for me. So I highly recommend going on Amazon and checking that out. Sorry, I can't remember the name of it, is slipping my mind right now, but it's blackout something, and you'll be able to see it because it comes in a roll, and you just unroll it and measure it to your window and stick it on there. But anyways, I hope that that was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions or comments, you can always join my group. It's called Sleep Little One. The link is in the description wherever it is, in relation to this video. And you can click that and you can come join my group, and I can answer any questions or comments that you have. And I'd love to help you improve your child's sleep. So if you'd like that, I'd love to have you there. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Have a good day. Bye.